What is going on, all you lovely people out there? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michael Hora, and this is a lovely penguin. And today we are doing the set breakdown of the music video for We Are Bulletproof Part 2 by BTS. Now, you guys are probably thinking, what on earth is he going to talk about? There is not much going on in that video. And to be honest with you guys, you're not fully wrong. So this isn't going to be a super long one, but there's a few things that I wanted to break down because they're important. Or they could be important if you, for whatever reason, decided you wanted to get into this industry. So let's dive right on in. All right, so first and foremost, as you can see, there's not much going on in terms of set. They're on a pretty big stage. Pretty big set here. It's in a studio. They got a couple lights up top in the back right here. Obviously, you can see them right there. It's black background. It's not much going on. And then it's a checkered board floor. Those are pretty simple to put together. You can just rent them out in pieces. Most studios have them already. You can just pick them up and lay them down, put them into place, and it doesn't take much to install. So we're not going to go too in-depth on that. However, there's very quick close-ups that I think are pretty important for the song. Plus, there's a lot of different things that are going on with their wardrobes and stuff, which isn't really my department. However, sometimes the jewelry that they're wearing can be rented, and it could be props. So sometimes the art department and the costume and wardrobe department will team up, and we will make sure to get the proper bling that the boys need as well, because you can rent that stuff from different prop houses and such. So for the most part, all the wardrobe and stuff is definitely going to be wardrobe, but I think the different bits of jewelry that you see, so like you see like this guy, he's got the nice big chin. Also this guy, Jimin, has a nice big chain on. RM's got a nice chain on. You got Jungkook over here. He's got a necklace with the money on it. And then I don't remember if any of the other guys had any other kind of jewelry, but that kind of stuff's gonna all be rented. Now, the thing that I want to talk about more is particularly they have a gun on set, right? You can tell it's on set because you can actually see a little bit of the background. You can see that it's on the checkered board. Now, the thing is that especially nowadays, seeing as there's been a pretty big tragedy that's happened recently, we're not going to talk about that too much, but guns are very, very restricted on different sets. So there's going to be somebody, there's going to be an art person who's going to be designated, usually the prop master, who's going to have the gun with them, right? It's a prop gun. You rent these from a prop house as well. And they're going to show you, they're going to show the talent, they're going to show the directors, they're going to show the producers, they're going to have a quick meeting before they use the gun to show that it is actually a prop gun and not a real weapon, right? So this one is an interesting one in and of itself because it might have started out as a real gun, but they took away most of the mechanics on the inside that would be able to use as a real gun. So a lot of the times what they'll do with guns like this is they'll put a magazine into the gun, and then they will either weld it shut or they'll glue it shut or they will do something along the lines so that there is no possible way that you can load the gun. They can also wear off the hammer that would strike down for whatever, if there was a bullet placed in there, because obviously this gun is a mechanical gun as well. It moves. You totally can see it happen. In fact, I'm going to let you guys see it real quick here. But bang. The whole thing moves, the whole thing goes, but the hammer in there would not be able to strike if there was a bullet placed in there, because there is a way that you can slide it, drop a bullet in there, and then use it. But they would make sure that that is not possible at all. However, if this was like a movie set, or if they were using this gun and they needed to fire blanks out of it, then it would basically be a real gun, but their ammunition would be fake. For this sake, they don't actually shoot anything, so it's going to be a gun that's set up in order to have no possibilities of shooting anyone or anybody. Then right at the very beginning of the video, actually, they also do a close-up on these bullets. So right here, they have the close-up of bullets. Now, if this is going to be on a set that I'm used to, like I said, they might do things a little bit differently in Korea, because I know, like, I'm not really sure how they deal with fire, but they have fire on, like, every set. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, this is the first one I've seen. This is the first video I've seen where they don't have fire on set, which is really funny. I didn't even notice it when I was watching it the first time. But with bullets and stuff like this, you could get away with using real bullets because they're just lining them up. However, most likely these are just prop bullets. They are empty on the inside. They don't actually have any sort of gunpowder or anything inside. So God forbid somebody went nuts and had one of these bullets. They wouldn't be able to do anything with it. It would just be a piece of metal, essentially. Easy enough as well. Then on top of it too, they had a couple other props in here as well. They had a pair of sneakers. Oh, sorry, actually, now that I'm looking at it, like, they have this football helmet thing, which is funny because they didn't actually get the full football helmet. It's sewn onto a hat. So, like, you have the face guard from a helmet, but it's sewn onto a hat. And now that I'm also looking at it too, the shoulder pads he's wearing also are, like, I don't know if they're actually pads that they've just sewed on fabric onto it, or if they're just like pieces of foam or whatever that they sewed over to make it look like pads. I wouldn't be able to tell unless I was touching it. But yeah, either way, it's just another funny little thing. That would probably fall more on the wardrobe department if it's just fabric and stuff. But if it was actually shoulder pads, then that would be an art thing as well. And you could just basically just sew it all together. It's not super hard to do, but just a little bit more annoying and tedious to do. Oh, before I get to the shoes, they also had little things like basketballs and stuff. It's nothing that is too hard to get. I mean, this is a basketball. It looks like they painted it gold. So it's not much, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see. But yeah, they had a couple of other little things in here. They had this globe. I'm assuming that's supposed to be kind of like a symbolism of them going worldwide, which, like I said, it's a prop. You just get it from a prop house. They also have this close-up on this jewelry of these microphones, which essentially are just bedazzled microphones. Those aren't real diamonds. They're just these fake little crystal things that you can get. Not super expensive, but at the same time, you just could rent them. I'm sure there's even prop houses where you could rent them where they're already jeweled out. And but most likely they just took them and you just stick on the little jewels. It's really not a hard thing to do either. But there's a lot of these little things throughout the video as well. So I'm just going to see real quick if there's any other things that kind of stick out to me real quick. Because I think at this point it's mainly just dancing. Yeah, you got close-ups on the bullets again, which the bullets are just, like I said, they're props. They have to be props. It's not worth the risk of having a live ammunition on a set, so it's got to be a prop. But yeah, even just little things like this staff that has the money symbol on top of it. Again, it's going to be a prop. It's something you can probably buy on the internet, something you could rent from a prop house. And it's not a very difficult thing to come by. It's not a very difficult thing to make either. And so if they did go out of their way to actually make it, it wouldn't be that much of a surprise. But I would imagine it's probably just rented, just like a lot of the jewelry was as well. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you were expecting there not to be much of a set dresser breakdown to happen. But yeah, there's not really much happening with the set, but there's a lot of props. Not a lot, but enough props that it makes it worthwhile. And honestly, the biggest one definitely is the weapons and ammunition that were shown on the set. And I thought it was important enough to make a video about it because they're definitely, especially in more recent times, there's a lot more safety protocols that are happening now because there's a lot of people who have not been handling things the correct way, and then people have gotten hurt. And we're not going to go into depth on what that is. If you need to, feel free to look it up yourself. It's very much available, and I wouldn't recommend it because it's sad. But yeah, guys, if you would be so kind, first off, thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and sub to the channel. We got a bunch of different things going on in the description down below with all the social medias that I have, as well as a Discord. And then we also have our Twitch channel down there as well. It's a Lovely Penguin on Twitch, just like it is here on YouTube. And yeah, if you guys would be willing to come check that out, that'd be super fun because I want to be able to hang out with you guys and get to know you all a little bit better as well. So that's it for today. Have a great, great night. Stay aggressively positive and have a wonderful rest of your week. Love you. Bye.